All right, so what's up? What's the deal? It's JA. Welcome to the latest and greatest in sneakers. Now today we're talking Yeezy, as yesterday we were all kind of thrown off guard as a whole new range of items actually loaded up to the back end of Yeezy.com. So we touched on it briefly yesterday, but today I want to cover everything a little more in depth. We're also going to be touching on the latest with Adidas and Yeezy, and it looks like Nike has a big day full of releases. So we're going to touch on all that here in a minute, but of course to begin, let's go ahead and start with some quick updates. Now, first and foremost, Kendrick Lamar, he actually dropped a new record, which he actually debuted via his Instagram account. So I guess that's the new wave or whatever. So as far as the cover art here, it looks like he chose a very interesting image, which features like this dusty ass pair of old black Air Force Ones, which you guys actually dug up. And apparently this image does come from an eBay listing, which the crazy part about it is the actual listing sold the same day that this record released. So I don't know if the artwork is like trying to channel in that black Air Force One energy, or if Kendrick is still throwing shots at Drake, who's getting ready to launch his own Nike Air Force One collab coming up very soon. Now, we also got a first look at the new Mawalola Timberland boot, which Timberland, they've been teaming up with a whole bunch of different collaborators. Recently, we've seen the LV Tims. We know those J-Hound Tims are on the way, coming up soon. So as far as this pair right here, Mawalola, she's teamed up with Timberland previously, but as far as the design right here, this actually comes directly from the graffiti bomber jacket, which she did drop previously, a piece which was kind of making some noise. So not a bad looking release right here. Not really sure as far as the details, as far as release goes and everything like that. And then we have a first look here at the upcoming Jordan 12 Blueberry. So as far as this pair right here, I remember we did hear that these joints were supposed to be dropping earlier this year, but then I think we heard something that apparently they were supposed to be canceled or something like that. But now that this image has surfaced, it looks like apparently these joints are still a go. So I would love to know what your first impressions are on this pair right here. I think this release could go one of two ways. One, you would look at it as like the blue version of the cherry. You got the blueberry, or you may look at these joints as like one of those flea market, like off-brand bootleg type of Jordans. But I feel like regardless, not a bad looking sneaker, and one that probably when it drops, it will come and go. But I think over time, people will grow more of an appreciation for these. And with those quick updates out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into our main stories, which yesterday, everybody was kind of thrown off guard, as it looks like it was discovered that a whole new range of items were actually loaded to the back end of Yeezy.com, as apparently some of you guys discovered you were able to actually access these items via the shop app. Some people were actually able to check stuff out. Unfortunately though, our orders, it looks like, were canceled. And who knows, maybe they were just teasing a new drop, or this was just a test or something. But let's get into a little more in-depth coverage of the selection of pieces, which featured items from Gosha, Mawalola. You have a wide range of women's wear, but I just want to get into the pieces that I'm most excited about. Now, you guys also do want to recall that previously, when they were getting ready to drop all the Vulture stuff, this same incident kind of happened where we saw all the items loaded up for the back end, only for them to eventually drop shortly afterwards. Now, it also is noteworthy to mention that all of the items were available for just $20, which has kind of been the new theme of all of the new Yeezy drops post Adidas. So it's not actually confirmed if all of this stuff will actually drop, as this was not an official drop, but stay tuned for more details on that. Now, as far as the pieces that I'm most excited about, first up, we had the Gosha Black Dog sweatpants, which were available in this black colorway. Now, as far as these pants, I absolutely love the fit, a nice wide leg, baggy type of sweatpants. And I've just been waiting, for them to drop the black version. I don't know what took them so long. Nice, real lightweight, especially coming in at $20. You gotta love it. One of my most worn items from that previous collection. Now, next up, we got a whole new range of jackets, which include the Yeezy Rain jacket, which I'm assuming is just like a nylon jacket. But what makes this more unique, of course, would be the fit and the cut and everything like that, which I'm assuming features like a more cropped top, wide ear boxy type of fit, also some baggier sleeves. So some nice details on that. You guys will also notice that the zipper does extend past the neckline as well to give it that real Yeezy vibe. Now, as far as the next jacket right here, this is what they're calling the Cotton Touch Nylon. So it's getting interesting here as far as the fabric choices. It looks like they're trying to play with a little cotton nylon type of blend. So it's going to be interesting to see how that piece actually, feels on skin. But as far as the fit and everything, everything. It's got the Yeezy cut that you're looking for. You have a half zip, which just extends down to the chest, and the hoodie right here, you get that real Kenny from South Park type of vibe going on right here. So nice piece coming in at 20 bucks. It's also important to note that you also do have the rain jacket available with a pant. So you have a rain pant as well as the nylon cotton touch pant as well, which we have Yay nice enough to model all of these pieces for us right here. And then as far as the next piece, you have the polar fleece, which of course will be right in time for the winter. Again, you have the nice Yeezy cut on here, a half zip and a mock neck, so this extends up to keep the neck warm. So I guess this should be a nice heavyweight garment. Interesting though, if it will retail at 20 bucks, as well as this piece right here, which I think is the most interesting piece that we saw here. The puffer jacket is what they're calling it. So if this does actually come in at 20 bucks, this will be a great value, as it appears that this features some type of like padded element here. You also have the full zip up extending past the neck, as well as some dual zippers right here for the pouch where you would put your hands in right here. So nice looking piece right here, especially if they're able to drop this at 20 bucks. I think this may be one of the most popular and in-demand pieces from the entire drop. Actually, I take that back, because we did see the infamous Yeezy shades actually load up, which let me go ahead and grab my pair right here, which, if you guys remember, these were originally part of the Yeezy Gap collection or whatever. So this stuff never officially hit the market, but definitely a highly coveted piece that I know a lot of people were looking to get their hands on right here. So if Ye's actually able to pull this off and go ahead and drop these Yeezy shades. But as far as the shades, I'm sure they will differ than my pair here. As you guys see, this was like one of the prototype joints from Yeezy Season 9. You see the little crease in there and everything like that, but definitely something cool that I know a lot of people will be excited about. Now, as far as all the items that we saw so far, while a lot of the tops, the jackets and everything are cool like that, I myself personally am much more excited about the pants actually, which I just love, like the baggy, wide fit, lightweight that you got going on right there. And I would say I'm a little disappointed to not see any more like t-shirts. I absolutely love the cuts on those, and highly disappointed not to see any new footwear. But then again, it looks like they were just kind of doing a little testing, and apparently this will not be everything that is dropping, or if we're going to even have a drop at all. So of course, stay tuned for more details on that. Now, as far as Adidas and Yeezy, the collaboration that everybody's been talking about, ever since things ended, Adidas did bring back Yeezy, but of course it was just the leftover inventory. Then they went ahead and did the major sale and everything like that, so people have been feasting up on these pairs. But it looks like now things are beginning to run dry, as we've seen Adidas pulling all of the Yeezys from various regions across the world via the Adidas website. And now it looks like your last chance to be able to grab these pairs officially would be the Adidas outlets, which it looks like they are just coming down to slim pickings, as a lot of resellers are picking up much of the bigger sizes. It seems like what's just left over now at the outlets are just like the smaller sizes that nobody really cares about like that. So as far as Adidas and Yeezy, it looks like things are officially coming to an end. Now, apparently there was this previous press conference months ago where Adidas said they were still sitting on like $150 million worth of Yeezys that they plan to drop throughout the remainder of the year. But with this mega blowout sale, and everything like that, I'm not sure how many pairs are actually left. And with fans, hopeful of another major fourth quarter Adidas Yeezy drop, I don't know what you guys are getting so excited about, because it's probably potentially would be just all of these leftover pairs. So as far as Adidas and Yeezy, I feel like, with the whole breakup and everything like that, remember we did have Adidas mention that they do own all of the rights to the designs and they plan to fully utilize them. They did get a lot of public backlash previously, but I would say now, the way things have gone over the last year or so, I think these Adidas Yeezy releases have kind of like taken on a new life of their own, especially with the new discounted prices and everything like that. People have been grabbing some of their first pairs of Yeezys, and it seems like they've kind of taken on a whole new life, and people could really care less if they were Ye endorsed or not, and have just kind of became a fan of these classic designs. So I think with all of that being said, moving into 2025, could you see potentially Adidas dropping Yeezys that weren't branded? I don't know. I think it would still be a success. I think there's just this big sector, or I should maybe say like niche audience of people online that you know, or not even online, but just people that just really appreciate these and aren't really fans of Ye, and actually kind of like buy these in spite of him. It's kind of like this weird twisted thing or whatever. So I think that Adidas could potentially, you know, try to drop some of these pairs without the Yeezy branding, and you guys would still buy them. Now, I don't think they could pull it off at the full 220 price or 230 that, like, let's say for example the 350s were coming in, but let's just say they dropped the non-branded 350 at 150 bucks. I'm sure some of y'all will go ahead and eat those joints up. So as far as the future of Adidas and Yeezy, things are kind of in limbo. Of course, the collaboration is dead. That thing is over with, but it seems like you guys are still so excited about these old styles, and we could potentially see some of these leftover pairs maybe return for a final Q4 drop. Or I'm thinking that basically Adidas was testing the waters. They see that you guys are still eating up these pairs and may potentially try to bring these designs back rebranded for 2025. So let me know what you guys think down below. And then lastly, we had a busy day as far as Nike releases go. So I kind of wanted to run through what they dropped as well as the stock numbers, which all of these numbers do come courtesy of Elden Monitors. So salute to them on that. Now, as far as these dunk lows, they were calling them, I think, what, pearl and something, I can't remember. But as far as this drop, they loaded up around 24,000 pairs to the sneakers app. So as far as this joint right here, a nice little summertime type of vibe. It looks like pairs are still available. Now, as far as those El Grito Jordan 5s, I feel like this was a release that kind of caught people a little bit off guard, as it looks like apparently them joints are sold out. So as far as stock numbers goes, we had roughly 14,000 pairs loaded up. So not bad on a nice little sellout right there for Nike. Now, next up, we had the Zion, the new Zion joints, which they came in at just under 6,000 pairs. So a little limited release on that. You know, those joints aren't making much noise like that. And then we had the new Deep Book ones, which I was making fun of them, calling them like the Drizzy, not the skate skin joints. This was a extremely limited pair. Now I'm seeing a whole wide range of sizes. Some of the very bigger sizes are gone, but this was an extremely limited drop coming in at just under 3,000 pairs. So as far as Nike's drops today, a little nice wide range of casual as well as some basketball models. Let me know if you guys grabbed any of those pairs. And as far as before we bounce, I did want to mention today's poll of the day, where we were talking about those black cement threes, a very highly anticipated release coming up here for 2024. Now, these joints just dropped last in 2018. So as I've mentioned countless times, you know, some of y'all's pairs may still be fresh. I know a lot of you guys said that your joints are still clean, looking good. But as far as this upcoming release, you know, there's been a little bit of controversy, as it always is when it comes to new Jordan releases. Everybody wants to compare it to the previous one. But as far as this year's release, I would say kind of looks better as far as like the shape. I do like the lighter tone of the cement print, but as far as the big question, I think that has to go into the quality, as apparently this should be a massively GR type of pair. So I think quality is going to be a big conversation surrounding this release. So I asked you guys, do you prefer the 2018, the 2024 pair, or do you simply just not care? So we had a little over 1,000 votes. It looks like the majority of you guys coming in at 44% say you absolutely don't care, but most of you guys at 34% said you prefer the new release, which is cool. I feel like when it comes to this pair, it's a toss-up, but regardless, who cares? Because it's a Jordan brand classic, and regardless, if you guys don't own a pair of this, you may be trying to get your hands on that new 2024 pair. But as I mentioned, because it is going to be massively produced, people are saying they may buy up 2-3 pairs, trying to find that perfect one, and will return the leftover one. So this would be one of those joints where, like, let's say you have to hit the secondary market or something, you may get stuck with one of those dud type of pairs like that. So appreciate everybody for participating in the poll of the day, which you guys can always find via the community tab here for this channel. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Quick little update for everybody here on this wonderful Thursday. So salute, guys. I appreciate y'all. If you did make it all the way through the end of the video, you know, help me out by dropping a salute in the comments. You are appreciated. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure y'all smash the like button down below. So I'm JA. Of course, I'll catch you guys tomorrow to wrap everything up for the Friday show. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.